I just watched the new Super Mario Bros. Movie, and I gotta say, it was a really fun ride from beginning to the end. I thought it was a really fun movie, really good movie. I think that the tomato meter that it got was kind of just biased against it. I don't understand why. It was a really comedic movie. Obviously, you have to understand that it's not for a too adult audience. It might be going towards younger kids a bit more, which that was a feeling that I got, but I did feel like there was that element where everyone could enjoy it. I think that it had a lot of like funny humor if you grew up with the games that I did. I think that it is a very interesting point of view to think about it because I grew up playing these games. Ever since I can remember, I was playing Mario Galaxy, I would be playing Mario 64. I was playing all these different types of games that I just feel like this paid a really good tribute to most of those games. It had events from Mario Kart, like definitely you saw in the trailer. It had events from just all types of different Mario games. It had like the old like Leaf power up that they used to have. It had a lot of different games. It had Mario Galaxy references. It was just a really fun. It was a really fun movie all throughout. I thought that like the characters were played extremely well. The story itself, it moved really fast, and I really liked that. It was an hour and a half, and it didn't waste any time trying to build up the characters, trying to do any of that. It kind of just gave you all of this exposition and everything together, with like the characters being built up, the conflict being given. Everything was just building itself together, and I think that the movie did really well at knowing that, hey, we are only here for an hour and a half. Let's make sure that we give them such a good movie. And they really did deliver on it. I really do think that they decided to make a good movie instead of a long movie. I can't really find anything that I find too wrong with this movie. I think that the movie just had a lot of different parts where it just had a lot. It was really funny. It's the best thing I can say. It was a really funny movie. I just like to say that I will be giving some spoilers up ahead. So if you haven't watched the movie and you were planning on watching the movie and you were like serious watching it and like don't want any spoilers, then be warned because I will be giving some spoilers. But there is this one scene in the prison where Luigi gets caught by Bowser, and so he's in this prison, and all of a sudden he's like trying to like figure out like who's in the prison. You have the penguins at the beginning of the movie that are in prison, and then you have this one like star that is just depressed and suicidal. I know that like it's not always a laughing matter, but it was really ironic to see a star like one of the Mario Galaxy stars that is supposed to be happy and optimistic and hey, we're gonna get out of here, and then all of a sudden the star would be like, yeah, no, life is depressing, let's just wait until the sweet merciful release of death, and just like all of that type of stuff that I found extremely funny because it was just so random. And so all of a sudden the character dynamic between Seth Rogen's character and Chris Pratt's character, obviously, respectively, they are Seth Rogen and Chris Pratt play Donkey Kong and Mario. They had an extremely funny dynamic. One was jealous of the other, and like they both didn't get along. No matter what one of them did right, the other one had to like kind of like be either better or push him down because they just were constantly competing with that. I think that Jack Black did an amazing role as Bowser. It was a super funny ride to see a serious Bowser killing like people and just doing all of this. And then you see a soft sentimental side with him playing the piano, just singing about Peaches and how much he loves Peach and just all of these different things. He's like giving a speech and he's like, yeah, we're going to take over the Mushroom Kingdom and then I'm going to ask Peach to marry me. And then like everyone just goes silent, like, yo, like, what do you mean marry you? And then he's like, yeah, no, but if that doesn't work, we'll take down the Mushroom Kingdom. And then everyone starts cheering again. It was a really fun movie. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I feel like the movie might get criticized a bit more than it should. People might think that it's supposed to be a serious movie. I think that it did extremely well. I think that the Toads were really amazing. I think that Peach was great. We usually see a more fragile Peach and a more, like the dame that needs saving from Mario. But in this movie, she was a lot more self-sufficient, and she was a lot more, I can do the stuff by myself, but I just like Mario to do it because it's a lot easier for him to do it. And so I just like that type of Peach that, she's not that much of a, oh, hey, I'm trapped and I need help. No, in this case, it was Luigi that was the one being trapped and that Mario needed to go save. And I just thought that that was a very interesting point of view of this whole movie. Like I said, I think that this movie had a lot of good Easter eggs to other different Mario universe games, and I just think that it was such a fun ride through and through that I think that all of you should go watch it. I personally, on a scale from 1 to 10, I would give it an 8.4 out of 10. Yes, it's not as high as a lot of people would think, but because the movie isn't supposed to be the best movie you've ever seen, it's supposed to be a good, funny Mario movie, and it delivers on all aspects from the beginning to where he is just a plumber from Brooklyn, just, living his life with Luigi, trying to start up his own business, those serious adult problems, to then going into a fantastical world where then he just falls in love with everything that the Mushroom Kingdom has to offer. I think that the movie just builds off an extremely well background of a lot of people obviously knowing what the games are about, and so now they're just trying to give it a bit of story, a bit of exposition, just to give us a really interesting story. So with all of that being said, I think that all of you should go watch the movie. If you do, it's up to you. If you don't, hey, you already watched this review and you might change your mind on it. But hey, you've watched all the way until here, so you should definitely just subscribe, hit the like button, comment down below which Mario game was your favorite. Personally, for me, it has always been Mario Galaxy. I've just always been a fan of that game. Everything about it just to me is amazing, and I will definitely be talking about Mario Galaxy some point down the line. I just really love the Mario games, and I think that all of you guys should definitely just watch more about this movie and probably play some of those games because they are some of the best games I've ever played. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'll see you all in the next one.